everybody. Alex Davis here, hanging out with the guys from Tackle Warehouse at Bienville Plantation, having the first look at the Macbeth series of crankbaits. I'm gonna throw you a lot of info here, so pay attention. We're gonna have a 39, I call it cutie patootie, little small, little finesse crankbait. Sometimes the fish just do not want a big bait. The only thing about this bait is you're gonna have to throw it on a spinning rod. I tried to throw it on a bait caster, that failed miserably, so put it on a spinning rod, I get a lot of distance out of it. All these baits are gonna have a one-piece molded weight and a hybrid edge square bill on them. Each of these baits are gonna have a little bit different action, so I'm gonna go through one at a time. The 39 is gonna have a really wide wobbling action to it. I throw it on 8-pound P-line fluoro. I have actually 10-pound Power Pro version 2 super slick braid on an 842 Conquest, throwing it on a 2500 Stella. I can make super long casts with this itty bitty little bait, so pressured fish, this is gonna be the one. I've seen it work. It kind of blows your mind that a big fish will eat a little tiny crankbait, but it will happen. This bait's gonna run about 2 to 4 foot. The next one we have, this is the OG. This is the 63. It's gonna have a tight swimming action. It has an action unlike any crankbait I've seen. I throw this more around grass, gravel banks. It's just a little bit bigger than the 50, so if you're wanting just a little bit bigger profile, I kind of judge on what the fish are eating. I'm gonna throw this bait on 15-pound test, but I'm gonna beef up my rod. I'm gonna throw it on a 7.2 medium heavy glass rod. The bait's a little bit heavier, a little bit more action on it, so I think it overpowers a medium rod. That's why I throw the medium heavy glass rod. Throw it on the Karadu 150. I'm gonna throw this on 15 or 17-pound test. Now, one that's my favorite, I used to have some wood baits 20 years ago a guy made for me. This right here is the 75 Macbeth. It is a really big bodied square bill. I love it. I love the profile of it. Sometimes, especially post-spawn, the fish start feeding on big shad, 4-inch shad, and it's hard to have a crankbait that's gonna run in that 3 to 5 foot range, but you also want it to have a big body. So you don't really get that a lot. This is gonna have a really wide wobbling action. So post-spawn, around docks, around grass flats, around gravel banks, anywhere to me, when we get a shad spawn, this is gonna be an absolute killer. Or if you're just wanting to crank a big square bill, I know some guys just like great big square bills. It's gonna have a wide wobbling action. I'm gonna throw this on a 7.2 medium heavy glass rod. It'll overpower a medium rod, so I'm gonna tie it on 15-pound test. It's just a big bait. I can put bigger line on it, give me a bigger rod. So this whole series of baits from Shimano, they're gonna catch a lot of fish. So anything from the tiny 39, the cutie patootie as I like to call it, all the way up to this 75. You can see that we have them, Shimano's got them from tiny to big. They have everything covered. Doesn't matter what kind of cover you're fishing, situation you're fishing, they have a bait for you. So get them at Tackle Warehouse. Macbeth's gonna be a real player this year.